So, you've hit rock bottom. Good. You might have clicked on this video because you feel like you are at the lowest point that you've ever been at in your life. Today, I'm going to give you 3 tips on why hitting rock bottom is the best thing that could have ever happened to you. 1. Rest. One of the most common phrases that I hear from people who are high achievers is, "I'll sleep when I'm dead." But little do they know that the lack of sleep is going to get them there sooner than they think. All of us are constantly running, chasing, and reaching. If you have bills, children, or just responsibilities like bills, these are things that have to be taken care of, no questions asked. In order to make sure that all of these responsibilities are taken care of, we lose sleep, not only due to the amount of work we're doing, also due to the amount of worrying we're doing. Worrying that the worst of the worst will happen, hitting rock bottom. What if the worst was to happen and you weren't able to fulfill all of your responsibilities? What would you be able to do in that moment? Well, if you were to be at rock bottom, the only thing that you would be able to afford to do anyway would be to rest, the very thing that we were avoiding in the first place. 2. Evaluate. Hitting rock bottom implies that you were once at one level and then you fell to what may seem to 0 or maybe even below that. As aware we would all like to believe ourselves to be, there are certain patterns and behaviors that we aren't able to realize or recognize while in the act. But hitting rock bottom allows us the space to evaluate the frequencies and thought patterns that got us there in the first place. After hitting rock bottom, many people use that time to focus on guilt, shame, and blaming themselves and others. A better use of their time would be to take accountability for their previous actions. And taking accountability, not for the fact of shaming yourself, but for the opportunity to learn and grow from your mistakes and to apply those corrections to a future event. 3. Release. If you are my age or anywhere close to it, I know you remember the SpongeBob episode where he got stuck in the city of Rock Bottom. And if you're thinking, I know he's not about to use a SpongeBob reference, I am. Though I haven't seen that show in years, I still remember that episode till this day because of how much anxiety it caused. Sidebar, if you have seen that episode, I would like you to go Google the date that that episode was released because I was gagged. But anyhow, back to the story. SpongeBob is stuck in the town of Rock Bottom and he is having the worst time of his life and he's doing the absolute most in order to get out of there. Nothing seemed to work. After all of his trying and forcing, he was finally led to a solution. Once he released all of his internal resistance and finally had the courage to face his fears, he was then able to float from rock bottom back up to where he came from. If you stayed this long into the video, I know you rock with me for real, and to show my gratitude, you know I have to give you one more bonus tip on why hitting rock bottom could be the best thing that ever happened to you. Vibrational currency is a term that was coined by Jerry and Abraham Hicks. Now, focusing on the second word of this phrase, which is currency, we all know what that is. A form of payment, a way that we pay for things. Unlike your monetary bank account, where once you buy something, the money leaves your account until it is replenished, your vibrational currency is never depleted. Even if you hit rock bottom, all of the knowledge and skills that you have accrued along your journey are still there and they're waiting to be cashed in. To end this off, I'll leave you with this. If you find yourself at rock bottom, get up and use what you already have. My name is Akil Ali, and I would like to thank you for joining me. The list that I presented today is not the end-all be-all. If you have your own tips on why hitting rock bottom can be the best thing that ever happened to you, I would definitely urge you to leave them down in the comments so that we can help as many people as possible. If you enjoyed today's discussion, stick around with me for a little while and we'll keep it going.